the research shows what is really good for us, and it's very clear from personal experience also that reading is good fun, provided you read from a book and not from an electronic device which is connected to the net, simply because it will keep sending you some ads or something which is going to interrupt you, especially when you're doing a lot of free reading. Much better to buy a book, because a book, there is no interruption other than what your mind interrupts, right? You are deciding on the interruption. And if you can't read a long time, don't just blame yourself. Of course, you have to be blamed for giving up your good reading habits. But yes, television, phone, laptop, anything could be a distraction. When you're reading there, you cannot read for more than 5 minutes without an interruption, unless you've just blocked all that, you've gone offline and you're made sure that your phone is on silent or kept far away, because you need to take out blocks of time for yourself. There is enough proof that deep thinking and working will help you, which means it's a form of meditation. So sit and read. That is exactly why going for long walks could also help, especially if you're going alone and you're not talking with anybody. It's your mind which is processing data, which in its primary form in your head. So when you go for a walk, especially when you go for a walk without your phone telling you what to do or your watch telling you what to do, it looks like a meditative process, and that is always useful for literally anything that you do in life. It's nice to be calm and cool and collected, so that when data is thrown at you, you know how to analyze it and you're calm enough not to overreact, right? You know what has happened. You do not know the implication of that on your life or somewhere. So relax, take in all the data, soak it in, and then react. So reacting after a minute or after 5 minutes or after 5 hours, as is appropriate, can have a great impact on your life. I'm just talking about life. Now, if you come to the investments also, even in investments, you have this issue as to what you should not do. So I'll just give you a list of things of what you should not do. So to be a good investor, what can you do to harm your portfolio, or what activities really harm your portfolio? Looking at your portfolio on an hourly basis or on a daily basis, it's not going to improve the returns. What is going to improve the returns is doing more primary research, looking at audited balance sheets of companies, and maybe reading some research reports from good quality people, more to see the trend of what is happening in the market and things like that, is far better than looking at your portfolio every minute or every 2 minutes, or going to Twitter to check how many people have liked your comment and things like that. It's so stupid. I feel I'm spending too much time on social media, and it is absolutely true. How does it help how many followers I have on Twitter or on YouTube if I'm not going to commercially use it? I would be much better off sitting and reading rather than being on Twitter and reacting to people with whom I have absolutely no reason to react, right? So in US, there is another worry that people have, is sitting and fantasizing about winning the lottery. I'm sure it takes some form in India also. There are many people who will come and say, sir, मेरे को बहुत साल से इच्छा थी कि मैं कौन बनेगा करोड़पति में आऊँ, which means they've sat and just thought about it, fantasized about it, read. But luckily for that, they must have sat and read a lot of books and improved their brain work. I wish there is a Kaun Banega Karodpati for investors, which will force people to sit and read a lot more than what they are currently doing. Then investing on the basis of this month's report and asking a fund manager, next quarter what will work. That is so stupid and so short term. I keep ridiculing the mutual fund industry for giving quarterly reports and asking people to invest for 30 years. If I'm investing for 30 years, I need a 30-year view, not a 90-day view. I don't know why that happens, but people do it. And then constantly preparing for the next crash, saying, steel prices are high, now Tata Steel will fall or JSW will fall. Not true. Maybe it is start of a cycle. It is not even reached the end of the cycle. Could it fall? Of course it could fall. Could it fall now? Maybe it could fall now. But based on logic, based on data, don't keep on preparing yourself for the forthcoming crisis. There are enough bodies in the world which are there to predict the negative things, including people like World Bank, and you have to understand why, what they are doing, right? Even in coronavirus, you are hearing so much of gyan from so many places. If you do not know who is originating it, if you do not know who is funding that person, this is all nonsense. So just ignore it. Talk to your doctor what you have to do, and beyond that, the data does not really help you. Another thing which harms your investment portfolio is your day trading. Day trading is great for the broker, and if you do not think so, I'm sure many of you must have watched Wolf on Wall Street. That's a very good indicator of what is being done to you. So be careful about that, right? So attending trading workshops, attending finance, forex workshops doesn't make sense. There has to be a reason why he's giving you 200,000 rupees to trade. Maybe he's teaching you, but if he is teaching 30 people to do something, all he has to do is sit in the background and take a contrarian view, right? He would still make money in that game which you are playing, right? There may be get rich quick schemes, but there are no get wealthy quick schemes. You have to aim at getting wealthy, creating a big portfolio which will feed you when your main business is not doing well. That is the job of your portfolio, feeding you when the main business is not doing well, or when you have retired. Let's say you retired at 55 and you live till 95. Your portfolio has got to feed you from 55 to 95 for 40 years, right? That is the job of your portfolio. So don't fool yourself by buying so many newsletters, talking to so many people who know less than you, and thinking that by doing all this you will create a great portfolio. You will not. Checking your Twitter handle to see how many likes you have got, or going to Facebook and seeing how many likes you have got, is of absolutely no importance at all in your life, right? Similar things happening to you in your investment life can also harm your return. So don't be a short-termist in your life. Investing is about the long term. If you want to be short-term, you have to be very clear that you have to trade. Be clear as to what you want to do. That's all. Thank you.